Well, it's June the 16th. It's about, we'll probably be off and running at about 11:10. We're about 15 miles from Mineral, and we're about 49 miles from where we turn north. We've completed about 1,122 miles, and we got roughly 193 to go, and that's probably conservative. I think I'd added 4 or 5 miles into it when we started. So anyhow, we made good progress yesterday, 35 miles, and we hope to average at least, Alan does 30 miles a day from now on, so he can get to the coast by the 29th of June. So
that's about it. I'm pooped. And it's really foggy out today, which is good to some degree. You know, it's not as sunshiny and you know, that gets you moving, but at the same time it's not as hot. So we'll see how much I can get done. You know, it's been up and down and up and down. We're pretty used to the mountains at this point, so but it does take a lot out of you all day climbing hills. So hopefully we can get to a point where it'll start to flatten out some, and I can get a little extra done, because we have to spend some time in DC, and I want to make sure we have at least a little bit of a buffer in DC, depending on how much stuff they have for us to do. And if they don't have that much, then we can always take a little break and then end on the 29th. So that's the deal.
well, it's about 11:40, not quite. I'm at 5.3 miles. Alan's behind me a bit. I think he's making good time so far. We have a situation where all of us, the trip over here, we got very low on gas, and I'm trying to go as slow as possible and coast down hills to make it. It was 15 miles over to Mineral from where we started, and we've gone about 5.5. So I just don't know on this tank how low it is when it gets down to empty. So don't want to run out. It's almost 11:50. We're at 5.5 miles on our way to Mineral as Ellen goes by.
Hey Brian, what day are we ended up in DC?
Oh, we could be there, I guess, as close as the 24th or something like that.
Round about the 24th, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, it's 12:35 on the 16th. It's exactly 8 miles into it. We're doing pretty good there. And I was just going back where I had to get up and get gas. Well, I just made it too. I think I was on fumes. It actually stumbled a couple times. So anyhow, part of the thing is he's had a couple important calls from Diane in DC, kind of formalizing the fact that we're going to have a couple of days there that start taken care of by their organization, and trying to make the arrangements for the visits with the different people, the vets and the children. So hopefully in the next day or so we'll really have that all formalized and kind of get a firm date as when we get in. Well, it's almost 12:40, just past. I'll come back the other way. He's probably almost 8.5 miles. Except for the types of homes out here, it's going to look more and more like Missouri. I don't recall seeing any homes like this out around Steelville or anything. Some more shots. Yard full of old cars. Looks like they actually work on them there. I saw some that were completely reconditioned. Miles. I just happened to turn to go back to get Alan, and I just happened to pull in this driveway, and you can see that house on the end. I'm going to take and try to get a telephoto of it, but it's just a kind of an interesting place. I don't want to drive back onto the property. One time it was kind of a grand
Well, it's
thing.
about 1:05. We're at 14 miles. We're about a mile and a half out of Mineral at the moment, where we turn and head back south again. So keep going. You're doing a great job. The building over there, I was talking to Alan yesterday when we went by, driving up to Mineral. That it's like so many buildings you used to see back in the 50s and that. If you went along the highways, kind of had, took care of cars and had a filling station and that sort of thing. Kind of all sort of, I'll get back at you when we get to about 14 and a half miles. Ellen is just right behind me almost. So I'm going to capture some of this as we're coming in. Got a little bit to go before we get to Mineral, but well, there it says we actually are in Mineral. Like I said, I keep forgetting seems like the cities here are rather large as far as land mass is concerned. When we get to the center of Mineral, we should be at about 15 and a half miles. Looks like we're going to be awfully close to that. Here and wait for a little bit for Alan to catch back up. Well, it's not quite 1:15. We're at about 15 miles. We're heading to the heart of downtown Mineral, where we'll turn on to 618 and head on out of town. So, getting started. You can see Alan up ahead of me, along with the big truck. Get on up there, I guess, and make sure we don't miss. Nobody's going to argue with the truck. We cross the railroad tracks, we keep going straight. There's the firehouse that we may yet stay at tonight, depending on how far we get, I guess. Seems like it's cooling off even some more now. Well, and I guess we're on our way out of town now. Alan's right behind me. You can see, well, had him for a little bit. Yeah, you can see him in the rear view mirror a little bit. Right outside of Mineral. Got a good downhill, but it looks like it's about to go back up. There's a bike path here. Bike lane.